Hello, hi guys, welcome back to the Football Showdown channel. Arsenal 2, Aston Villa 0. Now, this is not something that I expected, but what I expect from you guys is that if you guys are not yet subscribed, please keep subscribing to the channel. Please keep smashing the like button and please keep commenting as we're trying to build a community for all the people around the world. Let's get back into the video. Arsenal 2, Aston Villa 0. Now, this game has been very, very crucial for Arsenal. Now let's put it into context. Arteta, in the last 5 times that he has played, he has won only once, and that too it was when Unai Emery took up the Aston Villa job for the first time, and we had won 4-2. Before that, when we played against Villarreal, we have lost. When we played last season, both the times we have lost. So this one was a huge hurdle for Arsenal and most importantly for Arteta to get over the line. Now, fast forward to almost 1 week back. There was a huge debate that broke out which made absolutely no sense regarding the Arsenal's manager. Is Unai Emery a better manager than Arteta? In my opinion, Unai Emery is a very good cups manager. Like he's very good at winning a tournament, but he's not very good at winning the league. Because so far, whenever he has managed either PhD, no, forget PhD. When he's managed a Spanish team, he's won a European Cup. But when did he win a League Cup? Did he win a league with any of the Spanish teams? No. And when he was given the time at Arsenal, he was not doing well. When there was a simple top four to be won, or sorry, a top four finish to be made by the end of the 2018-2019 season, what happened? We absolutely bottled it. There were times that were absolutely crucial where we needed certain personnel to play in a certain position, but he overthought. And let's not get into that. All in all, there's a huge, let's say, a monkey on our back where we needed to get rid of it as soon as possible. And what better way to do it by winning at Aston Villa's home by scoring two important goals. Now, before we get into the exciting part of the game, that is almost at the end of the game, let's talk about what exactly happened. In my opinion, the first half was like watching wet paint dry up on a wall. It was so boring, but there were few fiery moments that you could say. There were moments where Ben White was trying to protect his teammates, especially when Saliba was fouled or injured by Aston Villa players. In the first half, we could almost see why Onana should have been one of our first signings this summer and why we needed to phase out Thomas Partey. There was no reason for Declan Rice to be playing so high up when there's nothing being done behind, and Partey has lost his legs to cover up all the ground that was left behind Declan Rice. And I've been crying. I'm not crying. I've been on my knees where Arteta or Arsenal need to sign Onana or an Onana kind of profile this summer, because I've been saying that since last summer. That didn't happen. I've said that even in the winter window, that didn't happen. I wished for that to be addressed this summer at least, and looks like it won't be addressed. This could come and affect us later on, but let's just hope that with the signing of Mikel Merino, that doesn't really affect us when we're trying to make sure that our midfield is solid. Now, today's game, a completely out of Silver's player had come and affected us, affected our midfield, affected our defense as well. That kid or that guy is Morgan Rogers. What a baller! What a baller! The way he used his body to like shrug off players, the way he used his dribbling skills, those half turns. It was just brilliant to watch him. Like he caused issues, like single-handedly he caused issues in the midfield for Arsenal, in the defense for Arsenal as well. Like he was so good. Probably the brightest spark in that entire Aston Villa team. Now speaking of brightest sparks, an Arsenal fanboy, Ollie Watkins, who was on fire last season, who has scored against Arsenal, almost making sure that he was the sole reason why Arsenal didn't win the trophy, especially the Premier League. He missed an open chance that could have been finished by even an under 16 guy who has not kicked football in over 10 months. It was that simple. It was that open for him to score, and somehow he messed it up. Thank you so much for doing that, because had Ollie Watkins scored there, I'm sure it would have been a whole different game from then on. Now, after that, what had happened? David Raya had another brilliant moment in the game. Similarly to the Wolves game, where he didn't have much to do, he had few moments to like be crucial and to be important for the team. He was exactly that in this game as well. He was good when coming out of his blocks to make sure that he grabs onto the ball before it goes to any of the Aston Villa players, especially in the set pieces or in the corners. And there was that one key moment which I'll put up even in thumbnail, where he saved Arsenal. That it was such a reflexive save. It was just incredible to watch. Like, so good. It kind of reminded me how Ramsdale had. I mean, how Ramsdale makes those important or those cinematic finishes, like how people cry about on the timeline, on the Twitter timeline, like how Ramsdale is all for the cameras, especially when it comes to Leicester. It was almost like that kind of save, but in my opinion, with the context that we are putting in right now, where we are fighting for a title, it was just incredible to watch. Now, another thing that I want to talk about is how, in the first half at least, where I felt Rice and Odegaard, when they had the ball, they were not able to do much with it. It also comes into play like how Unai Emery set up the Aston Villa team. They were making sure that we didn't have any spaces. They cut down all the angles that were needed for Odegaard to put in those cheeky passes. In the end, eventually we did have one or two moments in the first half. In the second half, we were all through the Aston Villa's defense. Rice had a quiet game again. I won't completely put it on Rice only, because the way that Aston Villa set up in the first half, they were very physical. They made sure that they covered all the angles for a good pass or a line breaking pass to be made. They made even sure that if we press them, they were very good in making sure that they can like shimmy out of that position and get into a counter. Because in the first half, we saw that when we are pressing them, they would counter, and on that we would again recounter, and that's how we created almost two chances to score in the first half. Things have happened. I'll talk about it eventually in this video. Yeah, that's what had happened. First half was very dry, but there were a few tactical points which will definitely be broken down by tacticos on the timeline, on Twitter or on YouTube as well. So I leave it to them, where it's not my expertise. I'm not going to bullshit my way into like saying that, oh, I know this. Uh, Now, when we come into the second half, I've said on Twitter, I hate to admit it, even on YouTube, that we needed Trossard or a person of such caliber who can just take a chance, even if it's a half chance, to make sure that we score. And I've said that if Arsenal needed someone to score, even from half a chance, it needs to be Trossard, and Martinelli needs to come off, because Martinelli, I honestly do not know. He's my favorite player. Like Saka is Arsenal's favorite player. My personal favorite player is Martinelli. Like, and to see him do that, I don't know. Like, is he out of confidence? Has he lost pace? Like, something happened? Like, I really do not have the answers. Like, is it because of the system? I mean, yeah, you could blame the system to one point, but like if you look at the game, he was making those runs, but those passes to Saka or to the middle were not right. Like, I don't know how to say it. It's just very disheartening to see what is happening with Martinelli right now. But you know what? Let's leave that. We'll come to the positives of it. Trossard, we needed a cold finisher. We have got the Arsenal's best cold finisher in the team to score that first goal. It was not even a solid chance for Arsenal to make something out of it. It was literally a deflection that was put into the box and he was right there, or it was just a cold finish from Arsenal. And that is what you needed. And you can even see that in the celebration, that he deserves to start. In all honesty, I think he deserves to start. Though how much ever I love Martinelli, the teams come first and then the players, right? If the team needs Trossard to play, I will definitely be on the bandwagon of Trossard starting and hoping that he scores and wins the game for us. Let's leave all the player agendas aside. We need Arsenal to win. That is how we need to be, and that is how we need to be as a fan base as well. Second thing, in the second half, I felt Partey was sort of coming to his game or whatever it's called, and then he shoots the ball on target, not just anywhere in the goalpost. He hits it to the right bottom corner. I couldn't believe my eyes. I genuinely couldn't believe my eyes. In the first half, he's had some two, three shots. He just went above the keeper. It were whatever. I mean, it was literally like a band-aid over deep, deep cracks that Partey had in his performance. Like it was such a shit performance, and but that goal completely, not completely, in my eyes, it will never be completely nullified. Let's just say it was just a band-aid on deep, deep cracks kind of performance, a kind of goal that Partey scored. And after that, we were on song. We were like breaking lines. Odegaard should have scored again. Then Saliba had another crucial moment in the game where he recovered with incredible pace and then made that incredible block, almost similar to the one that the famous time when he stopped Mbappe from scoring when he was on loan at Marseille, or something similar to that. But to see it in the Arsenal colors, it was just absolutely amazing to watch. That's what I think about the game, guys. Do let me know in the comment section if you guys agree with any of my opinions, or had I missed any other key points as well, because I tend to remember some of the key points that I should be talking about later once the video has been posted. So yeah, do let me know in the comment section what do you guys think about it. Yeah, that's about it. Do keep subscribing, do keep liking, and do keep commenting as we are trying to build a global audience for everyone out there in the world. Till then, good morning, good evening, good night, wherever you're in the world. Peace.